Hey my friends, I'm Tyler Montgomery with Team Montgomery and 218 Real Estate, and today I'm here to help you understand an important document you'll encounter during your real estate journey in the state of Minnesota. It's called the Agency Relationships and Real Estate Transactions Form, and I know the name sounds a bit formal, but don't worry, this form is actually here to protect you and make everything throughout the transaction more transparent. Whether you're buying your first home, selling a family property, or leasing a space, understanding this document will help you feel confident every step of the way. But before we dive in, let me be clear, this form is not a contract. Instead, it's a disclosure that helps you understand how a real estate broker or salesperson like myself can represent you in a transaction. Here's a quick summary from the form itself. If you desire representation, you must enter into a written contract according to state law, such as a listing contract or a buyer/tenant representation contract. Until then, you will be treated as a customer and will not receive representation from the broker or salesperson. In simple terms, until you sign a representation contract, I'm only here to facilitate and guide you, but not legally represent you in negotiations or decisions. And with the recent National Association of Realtors rule change, I can't even show you a property until you enter into a buyer representation agreement with myself. But now that we've got that out of the way, let's break down the sections of this form. Section number 1, seller/landlord's broker. If you're selling or leasing a property, your broker acts on your behalf. They owe you duties like loyalty and confidentiality, meaning they'll work in your best interest while keeping sensitive information private. For example, if you're selling your home, your broker focuses on getting you the best price and terms. However, they're also required to disclose material facts. Think of it something like a structural issue that could significantly affect the buyer's use and or enjoyment of the property. Okay, section number 2, we're talking about the buyer/tenant's broker. As a buyer or tenant, you can also have a broker represent you. They owe you the same duties ensuring your interests are protected. For instance, if there's an issue like zoning restrictions or a potential environmental concern, your broker makes sure you're fully informed so you can make the best decision. Okay, section number 3, we're talking about dual agency, and dual agency is fairly common in our area. Dual agency occurs when one broker represents both the buyer and the seller in the same transaction. This does require balance, as the broker must fairly represent both parties while keeping certain information confidential unless instructed otherwise. For example, I wouldn't disclose to a buyer that a seller might accept a lower price unless the seller wants me to disclose that to the buyer. Okay, section number 4 is the facilitator. Sometimes a broker or salesperson might not represent either party as an agent, but instead act as a facilitator. In this role, they help both parties equally without the same duties of loyalty and confidentiality. Think of a facilitator as a neutral guide, like someone showing you a property during an open house. They're there to answer questions, but not negotiate or advocate for one side over the other. Okay, so I want you to remember that signing this form doesn't lock you into anything. It's all about transparency and ensuring you know how we can work together. My goal is to make sure you're comfortable and informed every step of the way. And that's it. That's the Agency Relationships and Real Estate Transactions form in a nutshell. If you have any questions or are ready to take the next step in your real estate journey, let's connect. Whether it's your first home or your next big move, I'm here to help you navigate every step of the process. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.